What's good? What's happening, guys? It's Sam, MrBlitztek, and welcome back to another video. We're finally here, 2024, but let's talk about some games from 2023, and these are my top 10 games that I enjoyed and got to play because last year was a good gift for gamers. There was a lot of games, so let's just go through them and see what I was able to play and what I was able to enjoy. First on my list with number 10 is Payday 3. That's right, this game is to be Game of the Year nominee with the graphics that rival something of Red Dead and the gameplay loop only something Monster Hunter thought they can even try and fathom. This game, the highest game that I love to play on a regular basis, is just super top tier, if it was on his try a little bit harder. Unfortunately, it feels like this game still lacks some things in, like I said, the graphics department and everything else. Obviously, it's just the highest game. So the gameplay loop is good if it was to bloody work half the time. Unfortunately, that was a problem, which is kind of weird for an online game. But it is what it is when it is working. It's a good game, but it can be much more to desired. So, to be honest, I played 3 more worse games than this. So this just slides into my top 10, and boy, that's how tough this year was. So yeah, Payday 3, just getting in there, just. Next up, we got Disgaea 7. Now, if you want to play an anime game, this is the kind of anime game you definitely want to play because, again, the graphics rival that of anything that Namco Bandai has been putting out with Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen and even the new Dragon Ball games. They can't touch it graphically. Story-wise, this competes with something like Zelda and all those other top-tier games that you always think about on a regular basis. It can't be touched. It can't be touched. But in 2023, that is not the case because, unfortunately, graphics wise, I feel like they're still going for their own kind of art direction, but it feels kind of dated at the same time, and I feel like they should now be upgrading that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. It didn't take me out from the game too much. I do love the characters. This is why I love to play Disgaea games. The RPG elements are still kind of wicked. They're still putting in new mechanics to make the game feel a little bit more fresh than other entries, but it is lacking in some departments. It does bring me back to the games. I do enjoy the story. I do enjoy the characters. I do enjoy the old school RPG elements, but right now, I feel like there's a lot more to be desired from the Disgaea series. But this deserves its number 9 spot from me, from the games that I've played. Next up, we've got Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, if you want to go play some games that introduce magic, I mean, Forspoken is also out there. That's got magic, a lot of lore and stuff. Same thing with Final Fantasy. And dare I even say, sandbox with magic rivaling that of Skyrim. That is Hogwarts Legacy. But it does not reach those heights, unfortunately. It does drag you into the wizarding world. You do feel like a wizard, just much like Harry, and you only have your own battles, and the story is good. But again, it just feels like it gets a bit tiresome towards the end. I mean, I feel like it's good. Like the wizarding world, it encompasses everything. You're definitely getting engrossed to feel like a wizard. And I kind of feel like it stops there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they have a path to be a dark wizard with dark arts, and but who isn't gonna be a dark wizard? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. So yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is actually a good game though. I enjoyed it. The story is good. The characters are good. Like I said, you feel like if you enjoy the Harry Potter series and the Wizarding world, this game is definitely for you. If you want to even dive in, never read the story, the books, never watched the movie, and you want to play the game, again, this game feels like it could be cut out for you, diving into your own kind of story, your own kind of world. But it's missing a lot. Graphics are good though. Stories are good. Characters are good. But it gets a bit tedious and gets a bit boring. It's lacking a bit of je ne sais quoi. Either way, I'll still recommend the game though. Go check it out. Now, next up on my list, this is where it starts to get a bit crazy, and I feel like no one's going to agree with me, but it is what it is. We've got Mortal Kombat 1. Now, these guys are running it all the way back in their own kind of timeline where everything has been restarted. And I feel like this kind of makes sense because I feel like the whole game has been restarted in terms of online play, the multiplayer, one-player content. The story is good. You're going to definitely enjoy that. I love a good story, so I'm going to say most of these things on my list have a good story. But man, I don't know how you've gone from MK11 and then you've taken almost a step backwards. I don't think that was going to be the case with the title as well as the game, and that is kind of unfortunate. I'm not really a fan of the cameo system, even though it is introducing a lot of characters, but everything just feels very broken, like it was an MK9, but we're meant to be an MK1, which was meant to be better than MK11. You know what I'm saying? Like it just now it feels like it's very, very confusing. So they've moved back, literally, and boy, the game is enjoyable. I love the story mode. The towers get a bit meh, samey. Online is a bit finicky. Cameos with certain characters is definitely very much broken, and I feel like if you're trying to learn the game, you're just gonna get whooped with 50 to 40 to 60% combos. It can't be fun too half the time. And boy, I just feel like even though this is meant to be a refresh, I feel like the game needs more of a refresh. And can you please get rid of that fatal blow? That mechanic is trash. I don't care what anyone says. If it's a combo that you're losing and you're trying to get it back in the match and it takes about 35 to 40% depending on the character and the combo that you've done beforehand, and you miss, you can't be getting that bitch back in 10 seconds. Like, what universe do you try to do your special and then you're like, give me 10 seconds and I'll retry. This ain't an anime, this ain't Dragon Ball, this ain't none of that, you know what I'm saying? Just let that go. But if they ain't changed it since 11, they ain't gonna change it now. So yeah, I've got some gripes with MK11, unfortunately, and that's why it makes it on the spot. It's a shame, really. It's a shame. 'Cause I love MK. I love MK. All right, next up on my list is another RPG. This was just a year of RPGs because there's a lot that I didn't get to play, but that's going to be another list anyway. Check that out somewhere. And that is Sea of Stars. Again, rivaling the graphics of Game of the Year. I mean, you can't get any more graphic-y than this pixelated art. Put that on a pedestal. You're rivaling stuff on a PS5, on a PS4. I know some people out there are going to be angry and be like, damn, this game looks gorgeous. I agree. I understand. I mean, Arkham Knight came out in 2015 or around about, and you got something like the Sea of Stars coming out in 2023 and then entering someone's top 10 list with pixels. But not only that, the characters are good. The mechanics are actually good for an RPG kind of game, and it feels like this is what it feels like to be refreshed with an RPG. Even though, like I said, I've played many of them this year, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. But Sea of Stars, I definitely enjoyed it. Like again, something was lacking, man. Something was lacking. I don't know. Like maybe it was just the beginning. The beginning was kind of very, very slow. I know it's an RPG, it's meant to just make you dive into the world and stuff, but I mean, when you got so many games to play and stuff, and you play a beginning like this, and it's trying to make you enthralled in the story, it can't be a slow burner. Anyway, that's just my take on that. Other than that, when you go over that hill, woo, you're off to the stars. No pun intended. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, man, Sea of Stars, pretty legit game. I loved it. Now, this was some people's game of the year, and I got heavily agree with you on this one because this game is a gem, and that's why it makes it on my list as not number one, but as where it is. Because let me break it down for you why it is where it is. I mean, you gotta love the politics you see in this game. Woo, super legit. I mean, Mary Jane being a superhero as much as Miles and Peter, oh, that was just fantastic writing. I love that. Boss battles that were just, I mean, come on, man. Boss battles, There were a lot, but you know, they were fantastic. You know, spectacular, amazing, if you want to say that. Um, Storylines with some characters didn't feel like they need to be fleshed out. They were like, yeah, this is the story. Enjoy. Yeah. I mean, that was it. All right. I mean, this is your game of the year, supposedly. The same kind of mechanics we were experiencing in 2018, they're all back because you love them. But we're going to add one more thing, and that's the wingsuit. And that's to change everything about traversal. Amazing. You can't add anything else above web slinging because web slinging is the best. They tried. It's Spider-Man. Like, what else can you do with traversal with Spider-Man? There's not much else. Yeah, man. Like, sorry, I just got to disagree, man. Spider-Man, it was your guys' game of the year. That's tough, man. You guys have some rose spiderweb tinted glasses, that's for sure. This game was not. In fact, I'm surprised it's this high on my list. I'm surprised it's this high on my list. I've got so many problems with this game, and the game has so many problems within itself. In fact, the game doesn't even know what it wants to be. I don't know if it wants to be, I don't know, the next Last of Us. I mean, Mary Jane getting a call from Miles and Peter to do basically a suicide mission against symbiotes in the nest. I mean, don't have anyone else's number in New York, especially when you see the Avengers Tower. I mean, that's just one thing. I mean, Miles' story just seems a bit blah in this whole entire thing. Peter is just some apologetic waste man in his own story. He's just constantly saying sorry and I don't know what I'm doing, and who is this guy? Who is this PR? This ain't my PR. I don't know who this guy is. This guy is just terrible. Terrible. When he became Venom, he was much better actually. He should have just stayed as he should have stayed as the symbiote. He was a much better guy. That's just me anyway. Anyway, yeah, so that's why it's on this list. It made up there because I like the gameplay, the combat's good, the traversal's fun. Being Spider-Man, you still feel that, but I mean, can you reinvent the wheel? Next up on my list is Lies of P. And this game is exactly what it is. It's a big fat ass lie. And you know why I say that? Because it knows what it's doing when it's trying to rip off one of the best games ever made, not on this console generation, but on last gen's generation of consoles. I mean, it went back to the PS4, looked at Bloodborne and was like, we like your style, we're going to take all of it. But we're just going to put the story of Pinocchio on top of it. So no one can tell. No, but you can't fool us, man. You can't fool us. We are Bloodborne from software, Demon Souls fanatics. You know what I'm saying? Like, they basically birthed the genre. As soon as you took it from them, it's yeah. Like, we're thirsting for more Bloodborne. That's why we played your game. I mean, I don't mean to disrespect. I don't mean to disrespect. The game is good. Graphics are good. Story is good. Gameplay is good. You know what I'm saying? But the blueprint is basically Bloodborne. Who are we trying to fool here? You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me. So yeah, I only played your game because I like Bloodborne, and I want either a remake of Bloodborne or Bloodborne 2. And I know none of them. Oh wait, remake would be fantastic, but Bloodborne 2, nah, not necessary. So I play Lies of P, and if you like Bloodborne or the From Software games, or if you like Pinocchio, or if you like just a hard little challenge there, yeah, play Lies of P. That's what I've got. Jeez, talking about From Software, yeah, talking about these, man. They think they're everything. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they can go from genre to genre and just be that thing that everyone just encompasses. No, you can't. You can't just make a mecha game and think you're God. You can't just make, look at Gundam and be like, no one's looking at the mecha genre and making any more mecha games. Let's just make our own as well. In fact, let's come back from PS3, I don't know, there's one on PS4, and let's make a mecha game and just say we're kings of that as well. Calm down from software, calm the hell down, alright? Yes, the gameplay is good. Yes, it's very fast and frantic for a mecha game. Yes, we love crunching numbers like we're never crunched numbers before. Like, who told you I wanted to be an engineer? Who told you that? Goddamn From Software. Yes, okay, I enjoyed Armored Core 6. I've been waiting for almost a decade for a new one. But that doesn't mean you're the best at it. So calm the fuck down, alright? Jesus Christ. No. No, we don't say how good you are. I'll not say it. Alright, so now that we come to fighters, you know, we had one earlier before that tried. We're going to have another one that's trying to try it again, and it's called Street Fighter 6, but this isn't their sixth entry, and they've gone back to previous entries to show you that they can do all of them in one game and put all the mechanics in one game and show you how fun a fighter can be and how vigorous it is to be one of the best fighters out there while having fun with going up the ranks, fighting people of same caliber, while also creating your own kind of created character in a world tour with the moves that people that you fight against. Street Fighter, man. Street Fighter. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, I had fun. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, the graphics are good and all them stuff's right there. I had a lot of fun in this game. I love practicing a lot. Yeah, I get beat a lot, but something keeps pulling me back to this game that I like to get punched in the face about. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know what you kind of crack you put in this game to make it so fun and frantic, and it looks beautiful at the same time. I don't know what you guys did that, but man, Street Fighter 6 is up there, man. It's bottom tier malarkey, but I keep coming back. It's actually mad. I hate myself for it as well. I actually hate myself for it, but it's so good. It's so good. All right, last and least of my worries. I've been shouting for almost, I think it was like a year or 6 months, that this game should not even be out at all. It's Final Fantasy 16. I played it once and I was like, why are these guys making an anime that feels like Game of Thrones and putting Final Fantasy in the middle of it? I'm like, leave that alone. We want turn-based combat, but then you gave us this fast, frantic, Devil May Cry, Capcom-esque, you know, martial art kind of flashy combat style, not turn-based madness. And man, if you don't like button bashing, this is definitely not for you. But if you do, you're going to be well at home. And then you got graphics that feel like they're cutscenes, but you're playing the cutscenes. Like, who does this? Why would you make a PS5 make a game look like this? And yes, it's got anime-esque kind of features, and you see blood in a Final Fantasy game. It feels very serious. This isn't Final Fantasy. Why are we moving forward with the genre? Like, can we go back to something like 7? That's right, we've got a remake and rebirth and all them things there. So why would we make a remake when we got this game right here and all the same things? I mean, Final Fantasy 16 is just the best game this year, hands down. I know Baldur's Gate 3 won and I'm playing at the moment, but Final Fantasy 16 for me is just woo. It is top tier level of gaming that we need to see on a regular basis. I know people hate it, I know some people love it, but why I personally love it is because the graphics are super clean, super nice, the voice acting is on point, the characters are legit, the story is good, the mechanics in the game, yes, they're not turn-based, yes, everyone don't like the non-turn-based Final Fantasy style, but you can't have that for the past 4 entries of Final Fantasy right now. It feels like a good, refreshing kind of story. Like, it's almost like they know who they are at this point, and they're like, boom, we're going to tell you this story. I loved it for what it is personally. Yeah, they've took out some elements, but I feel like no one cares about those elements half the time anyway. And if they are in the game, that's when you care about them. I mean, it is what it is. I personally feel like this is the best game of the year. They literally went on horsepower crack and put everything into this game, and that's why I love it. And I implore you to go play that game. Final Fantasy fan or not, you should definitely be playing Final Fantasy 16. That's my game of the year. I'm out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I've got some more to come. Like I said, I've tried to record this video 10 times. It's either not been recorded, or data's missing, or something happened, the nuke went off on my computer, I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your top 10 games for this year? We're going to go through many lists, and I'll see you guys on the next level. Peace out, Rainbow Trout.